Hello everyone, this is day 4 of actually being able to work on the e-bike, and I've got it all measured up here for what we're going to be doing for the trailer frame. This thing just snapped right in together, and need another trip to the hardware store, picked up some more T-junctions, a little bit more pipe, and a couple of other things like hose clamps. You always need a couple of those. Anyway, let me show you how this is all going to go together. So I measured out the base of this bike trailer, like the main thing everything is going to sit on. And it looks as though this is about 31 and a little under a half. I'll say 31.4 by 26 inches wide. But the main thing we're going to be adding onto these is these T-junctions. I'm not sure how I'm going to secure them yet, but I mostly just want them to be able to plug into the bike frame, the solar panel frame on top over here. So what I did was I measured out these T-junctions, and they seem to be, here's another thing, trailer frame 31.4 by 26. Each T-junction is about 3 inches wide on the dot, and you have about a 1 inch of clearance space in there. In reality, a little bit less because you don't get it in there 100%. So try to measure it out to be about 0.75 inches to 1 inch wide, something along those lines. I measured it out a little bit more up here. Yeah, and we have 28 inches between each center point of the trailer frame on top of the T-junctions. From what I've been able to measure on there, just doing a rough eyeballing. This is PVC, you don't need to have it 100%, let's be real. But something I also wanted to show was I measured 14 inches out from the center point, or 28, half 28. I have it centered directly here, and that center point there is the 28 inches, or the 14 inches from the center point. And then I just I'm going to cut out just about a 1 inch gap, in reality a little bit more than 1 inch. Just so that I'll have room to actually throw this thing on. Theoretically, I can get away with cutting just 1 inch. In reality, you're gonna want to have a little bit more. Not much more. You're gonna want to have maybe 1.2, under 1.5 over 1 inch. Let's say 1.25. Right. So I have that measured out on there. So I'm gonna hacksaw this out. I'll be able to add this portion in. I'm pretty much just going to take out 2 thumbs right here. And I'm going to do this on both sections, then try and build the early version of this frame up to there. The thing I'm still wondering about what the best way of doing, and I'll be honest, I've been looking at this quite a few different ways, is how am I going to mount these T-sections on here. I could just screw directly down into the frame. I could zip tie them on. Let's be real, it doesn't need to be super strong. Zip tying it on doesn't feel right to me. I can hose clamp them on and just screw them on, but I'm not sure about that either. Oh well, I'm going to get this done first. I just wanted to show everyone how I was doing the math on everything, so that way people would find it easy to do themselves if need be. And yeah, I'll sort that out. Really, I just need to have the legs on there so I can position it on there, and then maybe I'll screw the solar panels on or something along those lines. I'm not sure how I should mount those yet either, but they're really lightweight, so I'm not worried about them. Anyway, I will update when I actually have the whole thing together. Or at least the legs on. Yeah, well. Okay, update of, honestly, like 20 minutes later. That wasn't too bad. I've got the whole thing went together perfectly. I can't really find too many issues with it. The only thing I can find is, based on how this goes together, it kind of wobbles a little bit. And I'm not sure what the best way of doing that. I've got 2 ideas. One of them is going to be adding support. I don't want to call it support string, but that's what it is. Just making an X in between these cross sections and one in the back. I figured that would go pretty well. I positioned this just about perfectly for having the solar panels on it. And I'll drill through the holes and I'll probably just zip tie it in for now. Or maybe I'll get some Type 8 wire and add it in that way. I don't know. I've been looking at it a couple of different ways. I think this actually does look pretty good. I think I'm going to wind up having to reinforce it more. The main thing I'm concerned with at the moment is getting those things in there. I've used that old shitty roll of duct tape in the back and just threw it on there temporarily. It will get a lot stronger once I actually screw it in or bolt it in. So what my current plan is I'm going to cement everything in on the top here, except for these bottom pieces down here. I'll have these bolted on, and I'll have linchpins going through the side of them, and that should keep the whole thing in place. I'm going to still ask a few more people about this, but I think this will work. For the cables, they're easily going to be able to snap together. There's nothing obstructing these panels. This is going to give me a good 200 odd watts. Probably a little bit less, because we all know how there's always losses. Let's be real. The only other thing I wanted to update on is I've got the battery here next to the major case right now. And something I found while dicking around with it is it occurred to me, hey, isn't that a little bit close to the panels? So I can't do tight turns if I have it like this. I might want to find a smaller version of this box. Or, I could just throw it on panniers. I could just have 2 panniers on the side of it and just 1 panel on top. But I don't like that too much. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of being able to charge at least 1. But I don't know. Milk crate is a decent amount of storage. So I'm going to think about it a little bit longer. I'm sure there's a good idea I haven't run into yet. As far as these panels go, this worked out perfect. I think this worked out really, really well. I'm going to get all this together, hydraulic cement everything in place, bolt it together, or sheet metal screws maybe for the bottom. I don't know. Oh, there's a lot of good options. And then I'm going to spray paint everything but the panels. They need to air up these tires too. They've been sitting dormant for a while. Might need new tires. Not gonna lie. I did only pick it up for $50 off Craigslist. He said he hadn't used it much either. That was a while ago. Oh well. Oh, as far as other things go, I was thinking about maybe throwing... Since I need some front storage, I was thinking about maybe throwing just a milk crate on the front, or something small like a milk crate, because I have these bolt holes that I could easily bolt to a sheet of aluminum I have lying around, or something like that. Or I could always build a plywood box. We know how those go, though. Right. Honestly, this system has... Like, what are we talking here? This is 200 watts of solar. That's more than enough to charge a bike like normal. And I have a fast charger for an e-bike, which, let's be real, that's about 150 watts. If we assume we have 25% loss, we'll be looking at 150 on the dot. So this can charge up a e-bike like normal. Or I could have it going into a solar generator, or an EPT charge controller, or what have you. And it would work for anything. I could jumpstart a car with this. Could I? Yeah, they're about 20 watts each. If I have a charge controller lying around, I could put a decent amount of charge into it. It would need to sit for a couple of minutes, but yeah, I could theoretically give it enough current. Yeah, well. Anyway, yeah, I'm probably going to look at getting another type of box for this. I'm not sure yet, though. Let me measure it out real quick. I need more tape measures all over the place. Alright. If anyone has any ideas, what I'd like is something that is just about 18 inches. That's not much at all. Yeah, that's 1.5 milk crates, really. The thing is, I wanted to have another solar panel on top of it. like one of my good 50 watters, and these are nearly 2 feet. So by having two of them side by side, I can't really do that anymore. These are each about 13 inches. Well, I don't know. I could always get another flexible solar panel. I have another idea for what to do for these panels. I was going to turn one into a hydroponic system and turn another one into a secret project that might go in my garden out there. You know, something for the neighborhood. Oh well, I'll still think about it. But anyway, yeah, this worked really well. I'm gonna get some cement, put everything in place, figure out a good method for securing these down, and then I think I'm going to spray paint everything to get good forest green maybe. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Good forest green. Maybe I'll keep it orange. I don't know. You know what? I'll send out suggestions to some more people. Maybe I'll put the big Solarpunk logo on the side of it. You know, that might look really good, actually. Just like on like the back corner or something like that, or like I could have like a trailer stamp on the back of it, and just have the big. Yeah, this is sounding pretty good. All right. I think I've got an idea. Okay, later all.